to beautiful St. Augustine, Florida. We're Near and Far Adventures, Florida-based couple that does adventures near and far.
Today is a fairly local adventure for us.
Some would say a near adventure.
That.
So, join us. Let's go. Founded in 1565, St. Augustine is one of America's oldest, if not the oldest city.
Advertised as the oldest.
Yeah, advertised as the oldest city.
And I'm just pretty sure about the 1565, not 100%.
I just Googled it, so yeah.
Okay, perfect. I was right. I like to be right.
Yeah, she does. Anyways, there's a bunch of tourist activities here. It's a major tourist hotspot. There's a bunch of tours that you can do, lots of shopping, food, great food, lots of things to do around town, which makes it perfect for us for a near adventure. Huh.
Stop it. Okay, I'm tired. I feel like a badass up though.
Oh God, that was terrible. Oh my God, I made it. It just went around. I didn't touch it again. I guess everything in here is handmade. That's really cool.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm. As you're of mine, my eyes wide open all the time. Hey, how's it going? Oh, they have the... Oh, that's not the same as that belt. I don't know if that's the same as that belt or not. No, it's not. The other one was magnetic.
I still can't believe that.
There's a beard bib I was looking at. Medieval torture collection. Navy restaurant where they claim to have beers from all around the world, and they truly do. Michaela went for a Belgian beer. It's raspberry flavored, and I went for English Samuel Smith cider. We've had this pear beer before, and it's really, really good. So yeah, neat little place. We're currently inside the governor's house that was first constructed here in 1572. So this is what it looked like before 1870 or after 1873. And then after the Works Progress Administration funded the restoration of the building, this is what it turned into. It was a post office and the customs house for a while. Really neat.
Daughter of Spain.
The government house and the plaza. And the beautiful town park slash plaza area.
It used to be where the town market was, like a city market, and then it burned down a few times, and so they have since built it in concrete.
There you go. Let's go take a look. Here on March 19th, 1812, the Spanish Parliament in Cadiz wrote the first Spanish Constitution and issued a royal decree for all Spanish towns throughout the empire to build monuments and rename their main plazas La Plaza de Constitución, in commemoration of the new constitutional government in Spain. This park is especially beautiful during the Christmas time when they have the St. Augustine Night of Lights celebration, where they, I think it's over 2 million white lights that string throughout the city, and they have lights on all these trees here, and they have lights stringing across the plaza here. Absolutely gorgeous.
Very pretty.
Even the trolleys that you've seen wandering or trotting around, they play Christmas music and they have a special Christmas celebration. Just brings out a real joyous time during the most joyous season of the year.
It's a very great time to visit St. Augustine.
Oh yes.
They have Christmas trees up and lights strung, like you said.
Over here is the new fireproof concrete town market, as the first one, like Michaela said, had burned down.
Burned down, I think, more than once.
More than once.
Well, because the whole city of St. Augustine burned down more than once.
Yeah.
The
But
pirates came in and burned it all down.
yeah,
So
and that's why
Spain.
that's why they used the coquina when they rebuilt it, because the coquina can't burn. But coquina is a mixture of mud and seashells and a bunch of different other things.
It comes from the island, which I think is Amelia Island, right across the Intercoastal Waterway. And that's where they got it all, and they dug it up, and they brought it here, and they made all their buildings out of it. You'll see it right here.
Oh yeah.
This is coquina right here. It's little seashells mixed in with it's hard and it doesn't burn, which is why they built all of their stuff out of it.
Yeah. Because they were sick and tired of the pirates
Yeah, burning
their city down.
Side tip, pro tip, if you come here and you like Greek food, this little place, it's really good.
Yeah.
The theater.
Tell right there. This little well here was first used here in St. Augustine Plaza from 1825 until the early 1880s, until a public works employee found it in I guess the early 1990s, and it was reconstructed and renovated during the renovation of this beautiful plaza. I don't know what she's doing.
Huh?
I don't know what you're doing.
I'm testing out my brace, my anklet. I had my anklet tightened. It's a permanent one, so it's welded on. I've had it for a long time now, but I got it tightened because I thought that it had loosened up, and I was just moving around, making sure it was good. Look at that tree. Look at that lizard in that tree.
Ah. Lots of traffic here in St. Augustine, though. There's the trolley tours that I was talking about. Town trolley.
It's fun, but it's fun.
And this over here is Aviles? Aviles, I think? Aviles?
Aviles.
Aviles?
That's how I heard it.
Aviles Street. It is the
First paved street.
first paved street in North America. And look,
Oldest street.
there's a car
Yeah, you can
going
actually
down it,
drive on it.
and you can drive down it. You can tell the grooves of the street where the wagons used to cross. But it's still drivable today. Let's take a closer look. But Aviles Street, is the oldest street in the nation, and early home to St. Augustine's Arts District. You can enter by walking under the stone archway, and it's dating back to the 16th century, where it was also known as Hospital Street because it was the location of the Spanish Military Hospital Museum. Here's another wonderful example of what we were talking about, the coquina, which is the mixture of the seashells and the mud to create flame retardant building material.
Plaster.
And then it's covered with the modern plaster, of course, but this is what back in the old times, what they used. Absolutely fantastic. More trolley. A little less full trolley there. It's a really neat little collection of Dr. Seuss in here. Huh. That's really cool. They had a sit-in here in the 60s.
Who what?
There was a sit-in here in the 60s. Part of the civil rights movement. The sit-in, like where they used to do nonviolent protesting. It'd be like going into this Frank Ruble jewelry store just to take a look. Always look at this Frank Sinatra watch collection here. Absolutely fantastic. No, the watch collection. Yeah, the Frank Sinatra. I always look at it, but I know it's too expensive for me.
They have all over the range. The block is cool as well, but you like the classy look, don't you?
Yeah.
From the Sinatra?
Yeah.
You like the more regal look.
Yeah, I do.
Nothing wrong with that. Honestly, Paloma has been doing really well in Hamilton.
Oh,
Hamilton's the house. We make and design most of our jewelry
Okay.
in South Daytona. I'd say about 80% of the gallery. Frank and his son, they design it. We use only the best materials, double and triple stones, 14 karat or 18 karat, whatever your color preference is. And that section is probably the easiest to wear and get into.
yeah.
Gold and diamonds, you can never go wrong. You know.
This jewelry is all made from old Spanish coins. Here's the Trinity Paris Episcopal Church, which was established in 1763 during the British occupation between 1763 and 1783. It's also been placed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1821. Neat little church. But I think the most distinguishable fact about this church here is that it has a Tiffany stained glass window right there.
Louis Comfort Tiffany.
Louis Comfort Tiffany. Over here is Flagler College, actual college here in St. Augustine, and then the Lightner Museum.
It used to be a hotel built by Henry Flagler, who got his fortune by owning a railroad.
Mm-hmm. The college used to be the hotel, right?
The college used to be the hotel. This Casa Marina used to be a hotel as well.
I think it still is.
Museum.
This is still a
It
hotel.
is still a hotel. But the Lightner Museum also used to be a hotel.
So this used to be the Ponce de Leon Hotel, erected in 1885 and 1887 by Henry Flagler. It was a hotel, and now it's a college. So, yeah, you can read this sign at your leisure. Pause the video, read it. But beautiful building with lines here on the front columns. Look at all that ornate decoration in there as well. Absolutely gorgeous. We can go inside as well. I don't think I've ever been inside of the gate here. Beautiful fountain. What a wonderful square here, especially when you're going to college and you want a nice peaceful place to study. Except when there are people with video cameras talking to themselves walking around here. Oh, about tripped. About died. That's why I should invest in contacts. Wow, look at that mosaic there. Beautiful mosaic tiling, ornate decorations and crowning and stuff. Wow. We've never been in here before. This is Henry Flagler himself. Family picture. I just love all the detail in here. Gorgeous. Gorgeous ceiling. And this is still an active college. So over there is the dining hall and residence hall. Up through these staircases. I guess the dining hall is straightforward that way. Feel free to pause and read at your leisure. But imagine coming in here to check in for like your vacation or for like a business trip in the 1800s. Coming in with the fireplace lit up and bustling with people and everything else. So pretty. I was just talking about this, but just a little glimpse into the life of business travelers and leisure travelers coming to the hotel in the late 1800s, early 1900s. And I guess it's the fountain area out there. And you can take tours here during the day. It's about 4:30 now, so I'm sure that all the tours are probably finished for the day or booked up or whatever. But you can take tours during the day of the college. Just look at how heavy duty this gate is. Like the actual security gate there. And here is the man himself, Henry Flagler. Henry M. Flagler. Born January 2nd, 1830, passed away May 20th, 1913. Wow.
You don't think so?
Here is the Flagler College dining room. I guess that's the main entry area that we were just in, and then up those stairs and then across this hallway is the dining area. So an interesting thing about this is that the whole dining room area is covered in Tiffany glass, original Tiffany glass, and it's insured for over $130 million. Really cool. Here are these little chairs.
Yes. I've seen this. Soda.
Woo!
How are you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Just a few more minutes over here? Yeah.
Our top is so trippy.
Yeah.
I got the little rubber ducky, or little rubber ducky.
Yeah.
I got the butterbeer. I got a little ducky on the top. And yours is floating. Yours is just chilling. That's what she got. The little rubber ducky with a Sauv model with fresh mint, ginger syrup, and topped with lemonade on some dry ice. And I got the butterbeer, which is hard cream soda with a blend of butterscotch, caramel, and vanilla. How's your drink? Huh? Mine's good too.
Huh?
So my
You want to sit down?
if I could turn quack time. RESPECK. Squawk this way. That's a surgeon or a doctor. A duck doctor. Dr. Duck. I ain't no nurse. So it's P. Ducky. Officer Quack.
That's you.
That is definitely not me. I'm loving all these rubber ducks. Cowardly Lion. Glinda, the Good Witch. Steamboat Ducky. Oh my gosh. This little Indian place as well. Outdoor Indian food. It's not open currently, but gourmet garden. Prices seem pretty reasonable. Oop. Here's the original first constructed city gate here in St. Augustine. First constructed in 1808 by the city's townfolk. Made out entirely of that structure called coquina. It intended for them to provide safety from the pirates and all the other attackers the would-be attackers that came and tried to pillage and burn St. Augustine to the ground. So this was the city wall here. This is the original first line of defense for the city. In this illustration here, it shows it pretty well with that rest on wall here. And then they reconstructed some of the wall here to kind of show what it would be like nowadays. But the wall would extend all the way to the Castillo and around the city. An interesting fact that we learned during our ghost tour on Halloween, during several plagues and like famines and other things that plagued the residents here at St. Augustine, the non-Catholics were not allowed to be buried within the city, so they would be buried or outside the city here in this cemetery. And originally, some people had a problem of not being actually dead when they got buried, so they would be buried with a bell and a little rope that would extend down into the actual grave site. And if the person woke up, they were supposed to ring the bell and say, "Hey, I'm not dead." And there was a person that was staffing the cemetery at night, and that's where the term graveyard shift came from. Is because they would work overnight and listen for the bells to make sure people were actually dead.
It's only for the very wealthy. It's very expensive.
Yes. See this little gravestone.
Person was 5 years old in 18 days. It's crazy how they actually put how many days.
And this is probably one of the oldest cemeteries here in St. Augustine. Oldest known and well plotted and preserved cemetery, I'd say.
Yeah, now there's also these over here where there's like the mass graves.
Yeah,
And a
here,
lot of these are mass
and then
graves.
probably outside of this area as well. But mostly inside of these are the mass graves.
Any of these with the large stones, or these over here to the side, they're all mass mass graves from yellow
And
fever.
it's wild to think that
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people are buried here, and then the last person to be buried has the headstone. It's not just one person per plot. It's hundreds and hundreds of people buried in the same plot, same area.
we were also told during our graveyard tour, ghost tour, that the little hooks on top of the pillar there, you see them, have a little significant meaning.
Really, there were cages on top of there that they would hang the women in, like women who had committed a crime, apparently some women who had not committed a crime, women who were potentially spending too much time with some particular men in the taverns, but not known criminals. They would hang there to punish them and essentially
leave them out to die.
yeah, they'd leave them out to die, but to keep people from basically, like, to prevent prostitution in a weird way. Like, they didn't want the guys or the girls to hang around the guys in the taverns, and if they thought they spent too much time, sometimes they would get put up there, left to die. It's wild. Apparently there's a little ghost girl that hangs out right up in here, and if you drive by at night, apparently some people report seeing her. She looks lost and confused and scared. Well, if you were sick and
Definitely
somebody...
not those girls doing TikTok dances.
Yeah. It's a whole vibe.
Yeah. You can see the city wall extends all the way down there too.
Probably extended all the way down to the water at one point.
This is the Castillo de San Marcos in St. Augustine. It is the oldest masonry fort in the continental United States. Built in 1672, finished construction in 1695. So it took them 23 years to build this thing in the 1600s. Which is absolutely crazy. It was built by the Spanish when they first colonized St. Augustine in Florida, and built by the Spanish to protect it from the English and pirates. So, yeah. You can still take a tour today. It's considered a national park. So you do have to pay the national park fees, but if you do have the annual pass for the national parks, which is $80, you get access for as many times as you want, which is pretty neat. And the Castillo became under siege twice, it says here on my quick Google search. It says that it was attacked several times and twice besieged. First by the English colonial forces led by Carolina colony Governor James Moore in 1702, and then by English Georgia colonial governor James Oglethorpe in 1740. It says the possession of the fort has changed 5 times, all among different governments. Spain first, Kingdom of Great Britain, United States, and then during the Civil War was actually under the control of the Confederate States of America. But yeah, beautiful fort area, overlooks the bay and coming into St. Augustine, so when the pirates attacked, they could see the pirates come in and defend from that way. A little darker history of the fort includes Native American tribes being incarcerated here, starting with the Seminole tribe and Chief Osceola of the Seminoles here in Florida, the native tribe of Florida. By 1933, the National Park Service was transferred ownership of the park, and it became a national monument, and way to appreciate and explore the history that this fort is. It's made of coquina. Really pretty out here. And if you don't have access to the annual pass for the Park Service, it is $15 admission here.
right, guys, that wraps up our St. Augustine day date. Thanks for joining us. If you want to see more things like this, please let us know, and we will find more awesome spots.
Bye.